opportunity to watch them play. Yes, ma'am. A bit better. So you have to put it in between the two T markers. If you're in front of it, it's a penalty for that. Everything, like every other sport, it has rules. If you do something you're not supposed to, you have to add a stroke to your score. That's too much claw. Oops.
Yeah, it's our ball.
Did you go yet, Nia?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll stay.
I put the ball.
One of them. We got all those targets. Try to make it stick. Like you're throwing it. There you go. Go up and try and hit it again. She hit it right smack dab in the middle.
Wow.
We're going to give out one of our golfing guys, one of our bobbleheads. That's the next gift. 181.
Nicole.
4, 5, 6, guys, do it correctly, no bouncing. This is for your benefit. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Up. All right, guys, we're going to be doing 20 jumping jacks. Listen to me. I want you to stay in sync. Listen to my count. This is how we're going to stay. I don't want nobody doing this. I want you arm out and leg out as you do it. In sync.
Go on.
Ready?
Hands out your pocket, Jalen. You ain't doing anything.
1, 2, 3, stay in sync. 5, 6, stay in sync. 8.
With golf was the sport was forced on me. I've been an athlete all my life and I've excelled in many sports. Never ever thought I would play golf, let alone play it professionally. As a stockbroker, back in 1994, I went to a sales conference where I had to play golf. I needed to play with some clients and I was given a caddy, clubs, everything that I needed to enjoy a game of golf. And believe it or not, I just took to the sport. I couldn't believe that a sport could be that difficult, and being athletic, I had to and wanted to master the sport. So again, I spent the past 20 years trying to perfect a game that can't be perfected. That was my very first introduction to golf, and here I am now, some 20 years later, and that's all I want to do, and pretty much that's all I do, and that's what I spend my life doing, sharing my love of the game of golf with children.
You were your own mentor? You have someone that helped you along the way?
I haven't had a lot of mentors. There were a lot of people that wanted to see me advance and progress in the game of golf. One person that comes to mind especially, and I honor him every year with the holiday tournament that I do for the kids, is the Joe Roach Minority Holiday Golf Tournament. And Joe Roach was one of the pioneers in minority golf, and I was blessed and fortunate enough to have him for a coach for many years before he passed away. So if I have to pick a mentor, I know that there are a lot of other professionals that come to mind, but a person that I hold true to my heart is Joe Roach. His real name was Joseph Delancey. But back when he was playing golf with the likes of the boxing legend Joe Louis and Ted Rose, they referred to him as Joe Roach.
So he can be mentioned as your idol, and are you keeping up with his legacy?
I'm carry on his legacy. Actually, Fore Life Inc. was historically and previously the Joe Roach Minority Golf Foundation. I took the foundation over, changed the name and changed the mission, but Joe Roach is always the driving force behind what I do.
Please tell us about your professional experience in golf.
Well, I played on the developmental tour. It's now the Symetra Tour, but when I played it, it was called the Futures Tour. It's the developmental tour to the LPGA, and I was blessed enough to be able to participate on that tour for over 10 years. That's where I got my professional golf experience, and I have a lot of scars to prove the time that I spent on that tour.
What made you decide to create the program?
Well, I've always had a love of children, and it's always been in my spirit to teach, and I know that the blessings that I receive, you always have to give back. And Fore Life is my way of giving back, not just to children, but to the community. There are a lot of things that we do in this program that go beyond golf.
Why did you consider golf is important for kids?
Golf is a unique sport, and a lot of people don't understand that. Because I participated in so many other sports, I know that the game of golf has a way of teaching you how to grow within yourself. And that's why I use the game of golf in this program, so that I can help kids find their true potential, because sometimes they don't know what they want to be and they don't know how to go about it. They're learning. And I just look at golf as being just an excellent sport to help kids realize their potential, whether they realize it or not.
How does Fore Life help the kids, help with realize their potential and grow within themselves?
Our programming here at Fore Life there's not a lesson plan. We deal with real life situations as they occur. We want to create situations here that will force our kids to make decisions, so that as they grow, they won't always make the right decisions, but we want to create circumstances where they have to think about it and that they can use it outside of golf, and so that they can grow to become true citizens, and be productive people in their communities and in society.
And would you also like for them to, whatever they're learning in here, give back and bless others with the teachings that you're giving them?
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. We want to pay it forward. That's what I do, and that's what I hope that the children would do as well. We're a long-term program. We want them to be here from whatever age they start. I have some kids who've been here since they were 4 years old. If they're going to be here until they graduate, they're going to learn a lot of valuable lessons and what we call life pillars that's going to take them through adulthood. We want them to be competitive golfers, be competitive not just in golf but in life. But a big part of that is playing high school golf and then acquiring scholarships so that they can play college golf, and then come back and be able to give back to this program. Because just like we have some that are leaving, we have some that are coming in. We want it to be really a revolving door where they leave and always want to come back.
What are the age requirements for a child to enter the program?
We don't like to say so much that it's an age requirement. Some of the kids come in as young as 4. I've even had children as young as 3. It all has to do with their ability to focus. If you look at it on paper, we take them from 5 into 18, but we do have some kids that come in younger, and I make that call.
Would you like to have more kids in Fore Life?
Absolutely. We want as many kids as we can take. We're in a small facility right now. We hope to one day be in a larger facility, but my goal is to see this program to grow and be able to accept every kid that wants and can benefit from what we have to offer.
How long are the practices and what do they learn?
The practices at Fore Life vary. Currently, we do 4 days of programming: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays. But the coaches here, we really love this program, and if we have to make ourselves available other days to make sure that our competitive golfers, if they need extra practice, we make sure that they get that. And most of the session lasts between 2 and 3 hours. The smaller kids is 1 hour, because that's pretty much what their attention span can take. Everything is tailored to meet the needs of the child.
How long it takes a kid to become a good player or citizen?
It all depends on it. Each kid within them, they determine how long it's going to take them. If they're coming to us on a regular basis, they're going to become a good golfer, an adequate golfer, because our program, again, is not just golf. The kids are going to learn much more. Those who come more regular are going to learn faster. So we don't have a timetable for how long it's going to take you. It's some kids are going to progress rapidly and others won't. So it's very difficult to put a time on it. But golf is a sport where you get out of it what you put in. So whatever you put in, if you're putting in a lot of time, you're going to see results a lot quicker.
How much does the equipment for a child cost?
The cost for equipment varies. We've been, again, blessed that every child that comes through the program, we provide them with a set of clubs. And that cost can be anywhere from $100 to $200. Naturally, the kids that are competing are going to get a better quality of club. And when they advance and reach that level, we make sure that they have the appropriate equipment that they need.
What happens if a kid cannot afford the equipment?
We provide it. And we provide everything that kids need in this program. So it's not just clubs. If they don't have shoes, we'll get them shoes. If they don't have belts, we'll get them belts. We make sure that they look like appropriate golfers when they step on the tee box.
What is your initial investment for a child?
Currently our annual fee is $50 a year, which equates to pennies per each session. You know, we try to keep the cost down because we want to make sure that every kid has access to the game of golf. We don't want it to be that just only the wealthy can afford this game. That's what makes us a little different at Fore Life. We want to make sure kids get what they need here, whether they can afford it or not.
How much money do you spend monthly for one child?
The average cost for the lessons, because the coaches have to be compensated, it probably costs us about $200 per month to put a kid through this program. And again, our programming is year-round, so you can add up and see what it costs annually for a kid. But that's our monthly cost to take a kid through this program.
How many kids do you have in your organization?
We have 250 kids now that are registered in the program. But we've serviced another 1,000 kids from various other programs that we make sure that kids get exposure to the game. Of our over 250 members, probably 140. Of the over 250 members we have, about 145 of those members are active. That means that they're coming on a regular basis. So our sessions can have anywhere from 50 to 70 kids. We have 2 sessions on Saturday, which is our largest day. The advanced and intermediate kids come in the mornings from 10 to 1. The new members and beginner kids are 2 to 4. And all the other sessions are open to all members at any time.
How many times do you have to renew the equipment for the children?
As they grow, as a kid grow, then we adjust the equipment to them. So it's hard to say we don't replace it every year. If your kid's not growing, then they can be in a set of clubs for 2 to 3 years. But once they've outgrown them, then they get passed down to a smaller kid, and then we put more advanced and appropriate equipment to each kid as they progress through the program.
How do you sustain the program economically?
Fore Life is able to continue to provide this quality of programming through the generosity of others. We receive some grants. It's very important for people who don't have the license plate to get the license plate, support junior golf, because that supports programs like Fore Life and other golf programs. But it's through the generosity of others that we're able to continue to keep the membership costs low to everybody that wants to participate in this program.
How can people help raise money for your organization?
Okay, it's on our organization, and it's not just money. There are a lot of ways that people can contribute. If you come out and take a look and notice our program, you may see some ways that you can help us to be able to grow this program. So it's not always monetary. There may be some other donations that people can make that will allow us to grow and to continue to offer quality programming.
What are the available sponsorships opportunities?
We have one major fundraiser that we do every year. It's our golf tournament. It's our throwback annual celebrity golf weekend. There are always sponsorships available for that. That event allows us to provide the programming that we have at Fore Life, and also we do an event at Christmas during the holidays. It's called Kwanzaa. It's a celebration of Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. That's our way of giving back to the community. All the information on these events can be found on our webpage, and that's forelifeinc.org. But these things are valuable. Again, it allows us to reach our goal of trying to create a larger facility where we can service more kids.
How can people get involved and help?
Again, come out and visit us. Currently we're located at the Lauderhill Golf Course. The address is 4141 Northwest 16th Street in Lauderhill. You can go on our webpage and it'll tell you more information on our project and the future things that we're trying to do. And no donation is turned away. If you have old equipment, if you have balls, you have shoes, any donations, we accept all donations because that helps us to grow and become a better program.
What are your long-term goals for life?
Our long-term goal is to create a facility where kids can grow and again find their own potential. The facility that we operate out of now is a small 9-hole golf course. I have a vision of purchasing a golf course and have a place where our kids can have an academy where they can train and where they can go play golf without having to ask for permission or play around adults. We want to have an enrichment center where they can come in and learn the business of golf, where they can study agronomy and understand what it means to be a caddy, to have a caddy program. We'd love to have a recording studio where they can learn the broadcast business and learn journalism, and also have a restaurant where they can learn about culinary. You know, we want them to not just focus only on golf. Golf is truly a very important part of the program because of the life skills that they learn from that part, but we want them to also be able to take those skills and apply them to other careers because they don't know what they want to be and what they can achieve. And hopefully through this program, we can give them a place where they can have all of that introduced and shown.
When you were a kid, did you dream of doing what you're doing now?
When I was a kid, I always had big dreams. In every sport that I've ever participated in, I've always wanted to do things on a larger scale. That has followed me all through my life and everything that I have done. And hopefully this is the last of it. You know, I want the Fore Life project to be my legacy. I'm here for the long haul. This is where I will be, and I'm looking for the next little kid that's at Fore Life to take over so I can retire one day and they will run Fore Life.
What obstacles you have to overcome to reach the program goals?
I don't really look at them as obstacles. I look at everything as a challenge, and it all happens for a reason. So we're going to have many challenges because the golf course that we're trying to buy, we need to raise $1 million just to acquire the property. But once we acquire the property, then we're going to continue to raise funds and raise awareness to what we're doing. So when you say obstacles, we're not going to look at them as obstacles because that's not the Fore Life way. Everything that we do at Fore Life is for foresight, ownership, respect, and excellence. And as things come up, we're going to deal with them the way we deal with them here at Fore Life.
And that's the kind of legacy you want for the kids?
That's the legacy. You know, I've grown this program by setting an example. You know, I live the things that I try and teach these kids. These are things that I live and I've done all my life. And I just also want them to understand that that's how you achieve things. You know, how to set goals and how to make things happen. And they're in this with me, not just the kids, but the parents. We're all in this together.